What's up? We're back with another video, and this time I wanted to make some changes, so we're doing a shoes review. Yup, these are some new NMD R1s from Adidas. This particular version is the NMD R1 primeknit STLT. Got the wrapping paper, Adidas wrapping paper, and some return paperwork in the box. Although I highly doubt I'm gonna be returning these, so that probably won't matter. So, as you know, these are the NMD R1s in the colorway. It's cloud white with footwear black, and it has a white sole, so there's no colored boost on this particular model. So most of the NMD R1s you see with these designs on them, this one kind of has like a checkerboard pattern, or like a so most of them with a design or some like special camo or something, those are usually offered in primeknit. So this shoe comes in two different variants. There's a mesh upper and there's a primeknit upper, which is what this particular shoe is. So the primeknit is it's a bit softer, it's a bit more cushier, and it also stretches more. But I've tried on some meshes and I found that they also are pretty comfortable. You can definitely feel the difference, but it's not like the mesh upper isn't comfortable at all. And another difference about the primeknit versus the mesh is the primeknit is usually like way more expensive. You could get a pair of mesh uppers for around $120, but primeknits can range from $150 to $180, so it's going to be that extra cost for the more premium cloth and materials. So these are the R1s, and we know that Adidas has released some new versions of this shoe. So the R1 came back in 2015. It was a huge hit, and a couple years after that they released the R2, which was not really that popular. People still kept buying this particular model, and then about a year ago they came out with the R1 V2s. Yeah, I know that's a bit confusing, R1, R2, R1 V2, all that stuff, but the R1 V2 has some performance upgrades and some other minor design changes that it all depends on what your personal preference is. If you want to go for a little more performance and some different styling, you might like the R2s better. So now on to the purpose of the shoe. This shoe is mainly a lifestyle shoe, so it's meant for day-to-day use, like just wearing it around everywhere. People say it's not meant for performance, but I've used these in the gym, and they do seem quite comfortable. Although I noticed that you might need to put an insole, because unfortunately this shoe has no insole. It just goes straight from here there's this like little liner, and you can actually see the boost through the inside of the shoe, and it goes straight to the boost. So that's one drawback of the performance, but if you use an insole, the performance becomes much better, and it's you can move around quite a lot, and it's pretty nice overall if you have an insole. Some people might not need an insole, but I generally liked having one. It improved the cushioning a lot better, and yeah. So as I mentioned earlier, the sole, or more correctly known, the midsole, is completely out of boost. So what is boost, you ask? Boost is this little ball kind of thing that, when molded and steamed together with other tiny balls, creates a really responsive and cushy feeling sole. It also has like a lot of feedback. It gives you a lot of feedback, and it also returns some energy. It bounces back. You get some extra feel. This boost really works. So as you can see when I zoom here, when I put weight on the back, when I push it down, it compresses those tiny balls. They individually compress, and they give you support. And the energy return with these is, when you push them down, they spring back up, and they give you a lot of cushion and support. As you can see, they're squeezing together. They can contort to like a bunch of different shapes, however your foot wants to feel in these. And in my opinion, I've tried on lots of different types of soles, from Adidas, from Balance to Boost, and some others, and in my opinion, Boost is by far the best. So some other shoe models that have Boost are the Ultra Boost, Pure Boost, NMD, Solar Boost. Most of those other shoes are more focused towards being a performance or running shoe, but these are meant for, apparently they're meant for lifestyle, but in my opinion, they're also really, really nice for performance as well. These shoes have a lot of tech in them that make them good for performance. You would have surely noticed these huge Lego brick things on the side, and they're not just here. There's one here as well. So yeah, it gets pretty excessive with the bricks. These bricks, believe it or not, are actually pretty functional. They're EVA plugs, which are basically just to provide some rigidity and some structure throughout the entire shoe. These shoes fit like a sock. Like, this material is extremely stretchy, and you can pretty much shape it to however your foot might be. There's more stuff included for more rigidity, like this heel plate. So this heel plate, actually, it helps the heel from not being compressed or like moved around too much, and it keeps your heel in place, and it makes sure that your foot doesn't like slide around the shoe. And another thing you might have noticed is these ginormous pull tabs. Yeah, so these pull tabs are actually, they aid in the look of the shoe. I think they really enhance the look of the shoe, but also I think if you didn't have this pull tab, putting it on would be like way harder. But these pull tabs, you just put a finger in, put your foot in, and that's it. It just slides in, locks on, and you're good to go. So the next thing I want to talk about is the outsole. And As you can see boost. You can see boost from everywhere, man. Like outside, on the sole, inside, it's everywhere. The outsole is actually not that thick. It's pretty thin because NMD isn't meant for performance or whatever. But these actually, believe it or not, are kind of good for running and stuff. Like there's a lot of traction up here and down here and also in the middle. So it does give you good grip throughout, and even though there's not much traction here, it still helps and it's still great feeling. Next up is comfort. These shoes are really, really, really good at being comfortable shoes. That's what they're meant for. They're meant for comfort, right? So all these materials, the boost, the primeknit, all this stuff really helps, and it gives you this really snug feel. The next part of this video, where I got an interesting comparison, not to a different shoe, but to the exact same shoe, just one that I've worn before. So these are the NMD R1s, the exact same shoe, but unlike these shoes, which are brand new, just out of the box, these ones have been worn for almost a year, I would say. And these have gone through some heavy use, man. I've used these a lot. I've tried a lot of Nikes over the past, and Nikes don't hold up that well over time. These shoes, I was really impressed. Like, there's, like, it almost, like, if the sole was white, one could think that this was almost like a new shoe, because it still looks really nice. So the wear and tear, though, that's gonna happen if you wear it for a long time. Like, this traction is starting to go away if you compare it to the new one. It still has all the traction on it. There's not much left. And also in the back, that goes for the back as well. It's all rubber, so you can expect it to wear and tear. And also these Adidas print on the side, it wears out as you like start scuffing them and stuff. And also the back, there's a lot of scuffs, but look at that sole. This shoe was just cleaned like a week ago. I cleaned this shoe recently because it looked even worse than this. And even after putting the washing machine, man, like taking like Tide soap, scrubbing them, doing everything I can to possibly get the boost, like the boost back to new again, it is not doing well. These dirt marks you see are actually inside the sole. So the dirt is inside the sole, which means no matter how much you scrub from the bottom, from the side, you can't get them out. That's one major drawback of Boost, is the dirt. Once it gets inside, man, you're dead. These shoes have taken a big beating. Another thing, I mentioned the insole. Here it is. I've been using these like gel memory foam insoles. I don't even know like who made them or anything. They fit nice. They are good. So if you're looking for an insole, go with like a memory foam or like a gel or like some type of thing that you would expect to give good cushion. Lastly, the sizing. So if you're looking to buy one of these, the primeknit, so these camos are primeknit, those are primeknit because primeknit is the GOAT. But if you're looking for size, Adidas has like the weirdest sizing in the entire world. Like, the meshes fit a little big, which means, let's say you used to wear Nike and you were 9.5, and if you went to these meshes, you might want to go to the 9 or like close to that. And if you go to primeknit is like even larger, so you might want to consider like going either half a size down or maybe even a full size down, because that's what happened to me here. Like, I used to have size 9 Nikes. I went to the Adidas store, got these, which are 9.5, and they were big. So guys, that's basically it. The NMD R1 and primeknit mesh. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please sub. That would be really, really helpful.